What's up, family? Yeah, part two, baby. We're getting ready to get right into this. What's up, Ella Beats? How you feeling? Tao of Sexology. Okay, that's a little clearer right there by Stephen Chang. This is like my third copy of this book because if I let somebody borrow it, they take it from me and I don't get it back. So that's a wrap. Thanks, everybody, for inviting your followers. Thank you for sharing on Twitter, and definitely thank you for the hearts. This is for like ladies only. So you guys that are in here, don't even want to hear you commenting. Strictly for the ladies. And I'm going to like kind of give you a reason why I'm saying, it's strictly for the ladies. What's up, the goddess within peace? Thank you for joining. I see Skibo live. He's still hanging around. I ain't gonna be mad at you, but I'm gonna be directing this content to the ladies tonight, because they need the most healing from the things that have happened to them sexually. Now, men, of course, y'all, we need it too, but the key is we're going to let these ladies get some of this healing, right? So, to get them straight. So, that's what we're going to talk about tonight is some of this wisdom from the Tao of Sexology. But this is one of my favorite books. I've been studying Tantra since 2001. I just want to clear up some things. I'm not going to say Tantra doesn't have anything to do with sex, but when you type in Tantra, you get like all of these things talking about sex this and sex that. But nobody's really talking about the healing piece of Tantra. They're just always talking about orgasm. If I get into Tantra, then I can have better orgasms. Or men are like, if I get into Tantra, then I can have such better sexual experiences. And then you got people that are like, well, I masturbate, or women saying I masturbate, and since I do that, I'm practicing sex magic because I can touch my clitoris and then things can happen. And that means I'm practicing Tantra. Not really. But there is a large, almost like an explosion of women who are now desiring more sexual liberation. They don't want to, they've been shamed into feeling like, like I'm dirty or I'm a bad person or something's wrong with me or something like that. And that's bullshit. And yeah, it's a lot of things, with the whole girl power movement, and men are always keeping us down and they're doing all these things to us. But look, what's up, Nubian Naps? How you doing? Thank you for following me on Blab today too, and coming over and rocking with us on removing the negative blocks with me and Lamiel. So that's another reason why I want to talk about this, because I'm a healer. I'm an urban healer. I'm an entrepreneurial. I'm an entrepreneur, and I am the growth coach. And if women do not start to grow concerning their issues around sex, we are done. Fucked up, whatever the words that you want to say. So this is like kind of on behalf of the men to start the healing process. But women really, it's not a lot of women out here who really know. And so I've had women say, well, how can you teach me about sex education and you're a man? Because I study it. So what you study, you can master. It doesn't mean that there are male gynecologists. Some of you right now go to a male gynecologist. And if you were to think that, well, he's a male, he's not qualified to give me a pap smear or to check me out, check out my vagina or my yoni, then you get off this scope. This ain't for you. So, and a lot of women don't study because they're ashamed. I've had nurses say that when they've had some women come in and call their pussies or vaginas the box or brown bag or muffin, or they have all these names for their vagina because they're ashamed of it. Have never seen their vagina, have never like taken a mirror and put down in front of their vagina and looked at it. Do men have in the system, and like how we are in America, do we have a ton to do with this particular topic? And the shame that women feel, hell yes. So then we're going to have to make our contribution and our effort towards healing women. Why? Because I want women to take some time out to heal men. Because a lot of men have not had the healing, and women are like, we got to come together and heal, and we got to come together. And they get there and it becomes a male bashing session, or it becomes a grab bag. Because then you get a just real talk. You get a lesbian woman who just want to get some other women around so she can get her jollies off. Not saying that she can't heal a heterosexual woman, but when you go into healing, man, you have to pull the attraction piece out of it and put your God energy into it, right? So that part of sex transcends when somebody's, trying to put the healing energy into it. And for me, I'm only going to talk about what I know, what I've experienced, what I've seen. So I'm not going to do any speculation in these talks. So I'll be recommending good reads, and I may even be reading from some of these texts, and I'm gonna do this until I get enough women to say, yo, we get it. We understand that there's somebody out here who is about that life to talk about the sexual aspects with us and not shame us around it. All right? So that sounds like a good idea to you. Tap the screen, boom, 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 a little bit. Give me some hearts, especially if the reception is good, because I need to see. If I don't see hearts, I think that nobody's paying attention or that the reception is bad. So, all right, I appreciate that. A couple hearts, just let me know that you are engaging. Have you ever, I want to ask you ladies some questions, and you can answer. Have you ever felt ashamed, or what's one of the areas that you have felt shame around sexuality? Or what is one of the things that you have wanted to talk about, maybe to a partner or your child, that you maybe were taught when you were little that it was taboo to talk about that? Haven't you heard, like, what's one of the biggest myths, or what's something that you want to check on to know, is it true about sexuality, that you're just like, oh, I can't do that? And this forum is going to be open for you to ask me questions concerning men, how men are, because I can't really tell you like about what all men like, but I can give you some really, really, really good feedback on the male species and scientifically as far as like how we're wired. And I also can tell you some things about how women are wired as well. Why one of these things I probably want to get into a class about sex does not equal love. But then a lot of women, why do they get so emotionally caught up when they have sex with a person versus a man may not be as caught up in it? Or why is it, especially right now with this boom of sexual liberation and people wanting to go into open relationships, why is a man so kind of like possessive and just wanting to just like own a woman and say, I can have more than one woman, but you can't? Like what's making the bar unequal right now? These are some of the topics that we're going to talk about in sexual education with Coach Khayr. We also going to not lie and not bullshit one another anymore. So I probably will have a whole show too on just lies. Like that probably will be all throughout the series. I don't want to just do one show about the lies people tell, but there are tons of lies. And if you see me jump on Scope during the middle of the day to talk about some bullshit I seen that was a lie, then I'm gonna discuss that. I know I'm gonna come on and discuss sex sales, especially on Periscope, because like it's a female dominated platform, period. Like I need to shave, get tight, be in the sunlight and all that, and to get some followers. But a woman can come on here and bat them eyes and she's got followers just like blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm here to educate, a little bit of entertainment, and I'm here to help you grow. So I ain't really stressed about how many followers I get. When you come, that's fine. You can catch the replays over on catch.me/CoachKhayr. Right. We're going to talk about sexual astrology on this channel, and we're also going to talk about a lot of growth. So growth is the purpose. Everything else is the result. So even sex is the result of growth. Orgasms, we definitely, like, why are so many women not having orgasms? You know what, like, the statistics are for women who are not having vaginal intercourse orgasms? And then what about like women who like masturbate too much? So let me talk about masturbation for a second with ladies. Ladies, ain't nothing wrong with masturbation. You will not. Well, it's not just the men. Everything starts with internally. Who let him just focus on the clit? Why are women not communicating with the man that he needs to not only focus on the clit? Women have lost their voices in the bedroom, and that's some bullshit. Y'all got to get y'all voice back sexually, or we are doomed as a people, black, white, Korean, whatever. Really the black and white, because the Koreans is having good sex, and the Chinese is having good sex, and the Mexicans is definitely having good sex. At least on the outside, looks like to me. It just looks like black and white people is the one. Sex life is some bullshit. We watch porn, we have intercourse, we get married, we have divorces, lawyers and judges make money, children are fucked up, and then we have a dysfunctional household. Then you have boys that are emasculated by moms, sometimes intentionally, a lot of times unintentionally, all because of all the shame around sex, and how dirty it is, and how don't bring no babies home. Like, what's wrong with somebody bringing life into your, into your family? I'm not gonna be no grandmother. I ain't raising no more kids. A lot of people go through their poor sexual experiences when they were growing up and hold that as one of their counter purposes or cross purposes Lamiel was talking about. And I want to help dissolve that. So we may be doing some EFT around some sexual trauma issues on this channel. Like, we're just going to turn it into that, because that's an area that nobody's talking about. I don't feel like getting on here talking about money and how to use Periscope and marketing and all this other stuff, because there's a billion people on here doing tarot readings, and I love astrology. I'm super passionate about it. I use it like every day of my life. But what do people really need? The help. Abortions. Oh man, what is the abortion rituals? The full moon, especially with this eclipse, was an excellent time for abortion rituals to rid yourself of the spiritual karma, like, that is carried when you have abortions. Like, that's a whole, like, we're going to talk about that, because you had to have sex to get pregnant to have the abortion, right? So we're going to talk about the spiritual aspect of sex too, not just the grunting and the and touch me and go deep and and then my homie Glamazon Tayomi, y'all can holler at her about positions. We could get into that, like positions and things like that, but mine's more from a mental education piece, because sex starts in the mind. It starts here and goes down, okay? Your brain and the cerebral cortex and the spine goes all the way down and is attached to the clit and the head of the penis. You feel me? So I say the education starts up here. Like, what makes my dick get hard? I'm sapiosexual. So I guess this, that might be what I call this. Sex education for the sapiosexual. Because if you don't know what sapiosexual is, then keep it moving. So yeah, you'll see sex education for and from the sapiosexuals, because it's got to be stimulating up here for me to get long down here, for me to stay hard and long down here. And same for women. Women want to be stimulated like through their ears by the things that you say that are stimulating their mind, where all of a sudden they're ready to pull them panties off. And what's one of the best things a woman can tell a man right before intercourse, like during the foreplay, and she can say, I'm already wet. Ooh. But guess what? We're going to talk about sex education, about why some women are dry. Why is KY jelly making so damn much money? Why is lubricants really needed? And not just dietary, you might not be drinking enough water, but like what's going on up here? What's the mental block around a lot of these issues that we're having sexually? All right. So for peace and love for all, what's going on? I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing and with your followers. But women aren't aroused, but they can. Hey Nella, oh, you got man accounts. All right, he logged out and came back. So recap. Highly suggest this book right here. I didn't read anything from it tonight, but I will give you some previews. Like this book, I used to abuse, but I use it like all the time when I'm looking at women. Because there's a section in here, my favorite section, one of my favorite sections is how this book shows me how I can look in a woman's face at certain features in her face, eyebrows, cheekbones, lips, nose, jawline, and tell what type of vagina she has. Dry, juicy, snapper, deep, short, all of that. This book also talks about, this book right here also talks about climaxes, the 9 levels of orgasm. This joker is bulletproof, right? I'm coming out of my library, and Fuzzy Leslie can tell you I don't normally come out and even show people some of my artillery. There's also a section in this book that shows you, for you ladies, how to look at a man's fingers and tell what his package is like, his penis and shape and things like that. I have no idea, and I won't be talking about that on here. I don't think. I might, but when I saw it, I skipped over it because I'm not interested in men's penises. Let's be really clear here. I ain't even going to I skipped them pages. It was some pages. I'm just like, and I went right into experimenting with the face. And so, boom, I started going, because I used to go to the club and I used to get caught up in ass and titties and shape and thickness and stuff like that. And I wanted her to have a cute face, but I really wasn't into the detail of the face until I got this book. Then when I got the book, I started looking at the perfect fit. I know, what I like. And then I was like, oh, what's the perfect fit? And we're going to talk about that in one of the podcasts too. So once I discovered what my perfect fit was for me, that's all I wanted. Can you screenshot the book cover? Yeah, go ahead. All right. Yeah. How was that? Did you get it? One more time. Pow. Okay, there you go. Now I'm just messing with you. When this goes off, the screenshot will be on it. So just go back and catch the replay. Like I had it at the very, very beginning. So as soon as this goes off, when they show it, it'll be at the cover. I got you. I already thought of that already. So, but that was when I was first started studying Tantra, and I went over this, and my teacher was like, don't be abusive, and y'all stay out them clubs. And I went, right, he told me I was young. I was like, I'm going up in the club with that. I'm like, pow. So I used to stay up in the club all the way until the end to see who was the straggler and, buying a bunch of drinks. Just, I was using alcohol to get up on it. But once I started seeing this, I started saying the right things, projecting the right energy, and I already knew she had the perfect fit. I already knew, so she might have been a little slimmer, or she might have even been a little bigger. And somebody was like, yo, what's old girl over there is all up on you. Why you ain't hollering at her? I was just like, I'm good. Me and Slim over here, we finna come on here, so and so. I can't call them no names out of anything. Somebody would be like, "What? I know that girl name." No, be like, "Come on here, girl A, let's go." Or girl 6, come on. And I've had success ever since. So, and it's kind of like, because of that abuse though, I had some karma that came back to me later on in the relationship with this Aries, who I still love, but I kind of manipulated my way. Man, you slim girls is where it's at too. Don't make me get explicit. It's grown. You have to let me know. You have to give me some hearts if I can go in and tell some of the slim girls' secrets. I don't know. You gotta give me a thumbs up, cause like I could. Whew, big. I'm telling you, Lord have mercy. Now, not all of y'all slim girls, just like not all big girls, but I've had some damn epic sessions with some slim girls. Boy, some education. That was like before. Oh, there she go with the thumbs up for me to go in, everybody. Hey, Monica. Yeah, we're talking sex education. We're coming from the Tao of sexology. And I was just talking about how when I first got this book, because inside the book it talks about how you can go over the facial features of a woman and tell what kind of vagina she has, and you can look at the fingers for the man and tell what kind of penis he has. And I skipped that. That wasn't my chapter. But I was abusive when I started studying Tantra, and I got this book, and then Sunyata gave us some like special techniques that we could use, but it was for intimate love making. It wasn't for like going to the club and using it over no tequila shots or Long Island iced teas. And he told us not to go when I went. And so once I found my perfect fit, I was just zeroing in on that, and being like, yo, we out. But I wasn't cultivating a relationship. Like, I was on some smash and grab. But I also learned that women are on smash and grab too. Don't try to get it to be like men the only one who be on some smash and grab. Like, now I'm older, I'm definitely not on some smash and grab as much as I was when I was in my like 30s, late 20s and stuff like that. Good God Almighty. But then I also realized that the tables they got turned, and the ladies that became the hitters, and then we were the hittees, and I'm cool with that right there. Right. What's that mean, new age females? Oh man, no, they're the same in the age. They just call themselves new age. But I was just giving Monica a recap, and anybody else who joined, we're talking about you slim girls is where the business is at. Because I was like, it didn't necessarily have to be a thick girl, because I used to just like want thick. I just want big titties and just big ass and blah, blah, blah. But sometimes, the cookies wasn't all that. You know what I'm saying? Be clean, but, she just didn't have what I kind of wanted. And I'm just moving around my body just like. So when I started using this book and using like the facial features and then wanting to like take a woman as high as I could up the 9 levels of orgasm, which that'll be a topic too. I was like, yo, well, she got the facial features and she's a slimmy. Let's do something. And I'm looking every time Nubian Naps post up here, I'm like trying to look to be like, what you working with? And I just had some epic episodes. I've had a lot of epic sexual episodes on my journey of sexual liberation, education, and freedom. But I've had some damn outstanding ones with some slim good bodies. Before I was even practicing Tantra, right? And before I was practicing energy work and before I was into healing, just when I was just thugging it out. But it was after I started studying that I would go back in my memory and be like, wow, or find a picture of a young lady and then who I had sex with and was like, how was it? And it was like, oh man. And then go back and actually study the lines, study the cheekbone, study the lips, study the noses and things like that. And it was just like, whew. And so now I can't turn it off. I'm just being straight up. I can't turn it off. When I see a woman, if she's like, well, I mean, like, I probably do see the body further off before I see the face. Now, for like women who I know is married or they're older, that kind of like turns it off kind of quick for me. But if I see you and I don't know, and you might be giving me the eye or something, I done already seen the angles already. It doesn't mean I'm gonna make a move, but hey, why would you know what I'm saying, not, you know what I'm saying? I feel that sometimes some information is like $100 bills. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Because I know women are sick and tired of doing all this to get a man to see if I'm going to get this man some cookies and then get in the bedroom and then the package ain't what you want. Or he don't know, he ain't intellectual enough to like do what you want him to do. I am the exact same way about a woman. I don't have any time to like kind of like be educating you or nothing like that. Now I'm looking for some cosmic connections. I'm looking for like, the sex is so good the first time, it's like we already been doing it for 6-7 months or something like that. And you're like, wow, that was mind blowing. So yeah. So yes, you slim girls, you all the business. But hey, man, you thick, when you thick ladies, salute. I salute all the ladies, man. All of y'all. I'm not, cause this is for y'all. I wouldn't even been doing this, you know, for the, like I said, it's ladies only. So thank you all for sharing. It's about time for me to go in and listen to a little more Scarface. Get that new Deeply Rooted album from Scarface. You can ask a question, right? You can ask a question anytime. While I'm talking, anybody can post a question. So yes, please go ahead and ask. My bag. Let me open it up for questions, comments, or feedback. Did you like tonight's scope? Should I make another one? Do you have any suggested topics for future blogs or future scopes? So let me know, and you know, I'm on it. But right now, yes, I can stick around for some Q&A, and you just let me know what the question is. Sure. You're not on the topic, but I'll answer that. As an African, do we pray to archangels or our orishas? That's a real sensitive subject right there. You can pray to who you. Here's me. I'm from the church of what works. And a lot of people don't have things that work because you get stuck on color. And as my tantric master told me, and I learned that he was telling the truth through my own experimentation, the orishas only go up to the astral plane. And here's the thing, a lot of people think the orishas are the Tao of sexology. A lot of people think that the orishas are all black and that the archangels are all white. Gross, inaccurate information. That all the orisha are black. Because they all black people painted all the orishas so they all look black. But spirit ain't got a color. Who told you Ogun was black? Who told you Yemaya was brown skinned? That was the artist's depiction. It's like the artist's depiction of a Jesus. Who told you the Archangel Michael was white with flowing blonde hair? I got a picture of Michael right there over my door. Right there. Oh, look at them lips and that nose. Are we Facebook friends? I'm going to have to check them. I'm going to have to peep that out right there. CoachKhayr Carter, please hit me up. This, say this is Nubian Naps. But anyway, it's the energy. I'm out to the energy. And I only pray to God. Right. I'm going to go look. Nella Love Cosmos. But send me a message so it'll be easier for me, please. So, I pray to God. I tell the angels and the Orisha what to do. Right. They my servants. Remember, Lucifer got kicked out of heaven because he didn't want to bow down to Adam. But that was the command. So even though Michael is in charge, he can come and give me something that God told him to deliver to me. But I tell the angels and I tell the Orisha what to do. I respect them, but that's what they want is the power. But they don't want me begging. And that's another thing between begging and praying. I don't even think some people know the difference sometimes. I think you out here begging. God don't even want to hear all that, man. It's a whole nother scope. Like, let's get through this sex thing first. But that was a good question. Me, I got Elegwa in here by the door. I got Krishna and Buddha and Saraswati and Archangel Michael and Goddess Fortuna and Ganesh. All of them are in here, right? To this, like right that way. They're all in my house. Everybody. You understand? I use my Yemeya water just like I use my Florida water. Like, I'm so past that, yo. I'm so past that. And I hope y'all can get past that too. Yeah, Ganesh is a beast. Oh man, candle rituals. I might do some candle rituals to even make it a little, sexy up in this joint right here. All right. So I appreciate you for standing up so late with me. Skibo, you can get back in the game right now. I'm getting ready to go lay it down. I'm going to holler at y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love women. And women, I'm giving y'all this so y'all can be free to be better receivers in sex, to be better receivers in wealth. Because if you are ashamed of your sexual power, what got you here, that is your creative energy. And you are in super big trouble. Super big trouble. And you can't help me being in super big trouble. You can't. So the first thing we're going to do is start the crown. Like I was telling somebody today, stop trying to think you're doing all the work on this one chakra. Get at the crown and pull it up. Let's start at the top and just come down with some high-level teachings and solve some stuff, all right? Appreciate y'all for hanging out with Coach. I'm going to get at y'all tomorrow. Peace. That was you? All right. Peace. Of course, it always wants to just like keep going. Double tap to quit. I'm trying.